Hi YouTube family! My name is Alicia English.
And I'm Philip English.
Welcome back to our channel. This week was so exciting.
Yeah, we had a fun week.
This week was just absolutely one of those weeks where we had one thing after the next happen that was just amazing. We found out some really cool information through YouTube, which we'll know more hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Which we were waiting for, which is so exciting. We put in an offer on another place here in Nova Scotia.
Let's go.
And we got the house. So if you've missed those videos, make sure to go back and check it out because people are writing in the comments, we're so confused. What is going on? I think I've missed a few episodes. So yeah, go back and check out and see kind of what's been going on this week. And just overall, this whole entire week was great. The kids met some new friends. We got to have a little bit of time out in nature with some new people to hang out with, which is lovely in a new area. So yeah, this week was just overall amazing. But what we wanted to do today was come on and answer some of the questions. There is so much confusion as to what on earth we are losing our minds. What are we doing? And we just thought we would come on and kind of answer some of those. So the first thing we want to address is, yes, we have two properties. Actually, we have three properties in Nova Scotia because the house here, our abandoned home, our 1899 abandoned home is actually two properties in one.
Right.
So we have the house on a certain amount of property here as one PID, and then the property that surrounds it are approximately 4 acres is another. So this new property is not on the acreage that we're on here. So there was quite a few comments like, is this just a side of your property that there's a building or what's going on?
No.
So this is a separate, complete location in Nova Scotia, which is about how far from our place? Like 15?
Yeah, it's just under 20 clicks. So it's under 20 kilometers away. So in miles, I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, I don't know in miles what that would be. We work in kilometers here in Canada. But yeah, we're about 20 kilometers away from our house here. So when we were looking to have a place that we would be able to do as a short-term rental, we didn't want it to be that far away from our house in terms of maintenance, grass cutting, just anything that needed to be done, even just for the renovation of getting it prepared.
Well, it needs so much love, so we are going to be spending some time over there. And it's not going to, I think a lot of the questions were, is it going to deplete from the content from this house? And it's not whatsoever.
No.
So we're just waiting on supplies to come in. But we are starting already this living room transformation. And
it's so fun.
Yeah.
We're working this whole rest of the week. We're just staying indoors working on this living room. And we have big plans for this space. So this is going to be a huge transformation.
Right.
This isn't just a paint the walls and add some flooring and kind of call it a day. This is going to need substantial repair. We're doing some huge renovations to an accent wall where the fireplace is. And I have big plans, and Philip's gonna help me bring those to life like usual because he's like, you make this as dreamy as you want it and you just let me know what you want me to help with. So we're gonna tackle this week, but we are not going to be only focusing on the new place to get it ready as soon as possible. No. That wasn't the plan. We just happened to be able to find a place that we really didn't think we would even start looking for about a year from now. It was like a 1 year, maybe 2 year goal dream.
Yeah, it was literally, Elise said, I saw a sign, it opened up my eyes.
Yeah, one of our YouTube subscribers was like, totally, the song just came right to her when she saw the video, but we drove by the sign.
She's like, stop!
We kind of like I had to call in Elise and inquire how much it was, and when we found out that it was higher than the budget that we wanted to spend, but that it was in a doable, like if they possibly took our offer kind of budget, that we could swing it.
And for the location and where it is to where we are, it was a no-brainer for us.
We're just not going to find a place if we wait and we didn't just roll the dice and kind of invest now rather than wait later.
Right.
And our plan moving from Ontario was, as you guys saw, to invest in a smaller property in addition to the house that we were going to actually live in to use for a project. And so we just didn't think it was going to come about so quickly. It just happened to fall right now. The way that the market is, the way that the world issues are, the location, what this property actually needs. So many factors went into the fact that this was sort of in our budget.
Yeah.
And then we were able to get them down to our budget, which meant that we could buy this place. So we really wanted to address a question that we've had quite a few comments about, and that is in regards to how are we funding the projects that we're doing on YouTube.
Money.
So, all joking aside, we don't really there isn't really like a not rude way to answer that question, is that we wouldn't go to our neighbor and be like, how much did you spend on your house, and how much money do you make, and where does your budget lay for your family, and like try to make those decisions for someone.
Yeah.
So I do find those comments to be a little bit like offside. I guess that's the best way that we can kind of put it. I read them and then I say them to Philip, or he reads them and he's like, did they really just ask us how much should we pay for our house, or where's our money coming from? We're just YouTubers.
Well, the one buying the house, I understand, like, but like the other one, other stuff is like over the top, right? So
Philip and I obviously know what parameters our family needs to stay on for budgets for projects,
right.
And it isn't really something that we need to discuss online exactly how much we're spending on these projects. But as we go, when we're doing renovations, we will say, you know what, we're doing a $500 bathroom transformation, or this is how much this renovation project cost. But I think the initial purchases of what we're doing for this house is irrelevant to what we're doing.
Right.
Philip and I know what our family budget is. So I guess if you're wondering, Philip and I are paying for these. We did not obtain mortgages for these things. As people are saying, like, how are lenders lending you money to do all these projects?
We're using our own money that we've worked hard to earn, and we're buying these places
outright.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know one of the comments was, who supports your family and funds your projects? I'm like, really?
We do.
Oh my goodness. I think from our channel you can see how hard Philip and I work, and to know that we are busting it over here and we are working around the clock trying to make all of these things possible in hopes to inspire other people. So
and a lot of the comments were, well, you're mediocre YouTube, how do you make so much money? But we take the money that we make on YouTube and we invest it back into the content. So what little money we do make on YouTube is what we're putting back into our family. And so when we look at it as an investment, where you guys are looking maybe at like, well, you're spending a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
But we're not.
What we're putting out right now is definitely within small budget. And also, the other thing that I think people forget when they're watching YouTubers is that YouTube content creator on the other end has to fund the projects that are being viewed on the other side.
Right.
So sometimes as a content creator, it can be really frustrating when people are like, well, why did you make that decision? Or why wouldn't you have done this? Or, oh, I would have done this. But you have to remember that we pay for all of this content on the other side. No one else pays for this. We pay for this with the money that we make creating on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you can only do certain projects, and you have to do them when you can afford to. And sometimes, the projects you invest in take time to save. Maybe you buy that initial thing, like that other little property, and now we have to save to be able to do the renovations as we go.
Right.
So everything's a process. Not everything can happen like that, because that's why we show you guys the real progress on what things are happening in the real life behind the scenes of what we're doing, because things don't just happen like they do on the home shows where you go in on a Monday and you bought the house, and by Friday the house is done and it's all the top things that you could put into it. It's just not reality.
Or us, sometimes you guys are like, why aren't you working on this already? Well, we are wanting to, we're just waiting on certain supplies to come in to actually do the project. So you don't ever want to just finish it partly and then show those parts. You want to show it as a whole. So some projects kind of get put on the back burner and seem like they don't get finished, but
like right now we've ordered the flooring, we still have our flooring, we're waiting for appliances, we're 20 weeks wait for a kitchen. We haven't even ordered anything for the bathroom because we know that everything is so back ordered right now that the items that we could possibly select that would come in this year, like during 2021, wouldn't be what we really want. And so I'd rather just wait and hope things kind of settle out a little bit, and then we can actually order the things that we want for those spaces. So right now, the struggle is real. The struggle is real. Yeah. We're just trying to find the right, and as a lot of comments have mentioned, the cost of supplies right now has skyrocketed. We had plans to put a deck on the one side of the house here where we have the two patio doors on top of each other. An upper deck.
Yeah.
And basically they laughed and were like, if you could possibly get pressure treated wood and you know what you're going to pay for it, right? So sometimes I think right now we're just kind of waiting on a couple of those projects where we just know that financially it would be a silly decision to buy it now when we can hopefully wait till next season and be able to buy it at a much better price. Right now it's just skyrocketed because the demand is so high and it's just not accessible. Like we really can't get the supplies.
Yeah.
So timeline on the new property as well as timeline on the house here.
Right.
Philip and I do not have a set timeline on when this house that we're living in has to be done. So timeline for the short-term rental. Thank you so much for the support. A lot of you are like, book me now. I want to book a reservation now.
Oh my gosh, so much love, so much support. Yeah, thank you.
So many emails.
That's just
comments.
going to motivate us to get it done even quicker.
Yeah. So we don't have an exact date that this is going to be completely done on, but when we know that we're kind of getting within, maybe 6 months to our completion date on that property, we'll be sure to let you guys know, okay, you know what we're thinking? We can start taking bookings for such and such season. But I don't want to set an exact date and have everyone excited that they can start booking reservations for a specific spot.
Right.
You guys don't even know what's going to be there yet, so I feel like it would be really wrong to take reservations for something that, as we add amenities and we add to the property and we do the actual renovation and construction. I can't even tell you right now exactly what everything's going to be, so I want to be able to over deliver when people come.
Right, and the vision I think is in a very early process stage.
Of course, yeah.
So I mean, Alicia just has a bunch of ideas going, and then I think once we finally get our feet and start digging in the ground there, then they're gonna start taking shape, right? So I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I don't think I keep saying I'm not sleeping well. I'm not sleeping well. I have so many ideas for the house and the property, and
you're like, oh my god,
this is what we're gonna do. But in terms of that house, we have a 30-day close, so we won't get possession to be able to show you the interior of that place until our closing date will be July 8th.
Right.
So that first week that we get the place, we're going to be there as soon as we get the key and be able to show you guys the inside. Someone was saying, couldn't you just film in the door? But remember, we don't have possession of this place, and we didn't want to overstep any boundaries just because it's down the road. The owner of that place, everything happened so quickly, and we don't know if they have personal belongings there, and I definitely am not going to go into something we don't own yet until the end of the month. So
no, we just walked around the outside of the property, looked at the building that was on the property, and that was all we really needed to see.
I don't care what the inside, we really didn't care at all what the inside was because we want a blank canvas. So we were told that a lot of it inside needed to be worked on, which is what we want, which meant that it was also reflective in the price we were buying because we want to make it our own anyways. So we didn't want something that was ready to turn in, and we don't want to just buy something and have it ready for people to come and stay at. We want to make it our own.
Right.
And we have a lot of really neat, Philip and I have been discussing, we want to make this place a spot where there's a lot of things that maybe you wouldn't normally have at a bed and breakfast or an Airbnb or a short-term rental, whatever. We haven't decided exactly what we're going to kind of have it as. A cottage. We want to have a lot of really personal things that happen for this location that you wouldn't normally get. All those extra personal touches to who's actually going to rent it that week and what are they renting it for and things like that. So those are things that we'll be able to show on our content as well as we kind of revamp as we go, as we have different guests and reset the place to have, if a family's coming, or if maybe it's a girls' weekend, or maybe it's a family, a couple's anniversary week that they're coming, or the different things. So I've been writing down all of my ideas in a notebook. Phil's mom always told me, get a notebook, write it all down, don't leave it in your brain. So I've got a fresh notebook and pen beside the bed, and when I think of an idea, it's going in the book so we can kind of put all this together because we don't want to leave anything unturned with our ideas on this property. We're really excited, and we do plan on having more of these buildings, more of these projects along the way. This is just getting our feet wet into this type of a project.
And it is getting our feet wet because we have to actually move the building and we have to do a lot of love to the property. So, but something really cool is Alicia has a name for the property. You wouldn't believe it. But He's like,
why do we have to name the property? I'm like, I need a name for the property because I'm going to pull the name through the design.
Yeah, it's like giving something life.
Naming your kid.
Yeah, and once you give it life, and then you can grow it up. So it's like instantly this property had a name. I was like, whoa, wow.
The boys helped me pick it, and I think it's perfect. I know you guys don't know what my plans are for the exterior of the building, but this is just a little white box basically right now, and it's not going to be a white box, and in fact there's really not going to be any white there at all. It's going to be a very colorful, cheery place to be, and so I wanted a really beautiful name that was going to go with the color choices we were going to do on the exterior, and the kids picked Little Blue Sky.
Aww.
So we're going to be Little Blue Sky Cottage, and we are going to start a Facebook page, an Instagram page. I've already kind of started, but there's nothing on it, so don't go there yet. It's just a blank page with a name on it.
No, go there.
I will leave the information down below when we kind of get things going, but we want to start being able to take pictures and add some of the behind the scenes of those on those platforms, so that if you are someone that stays there in the future, you can see like where did it start and where is it now when you kind of come and stay, just kind of following along on the journey.
Or if you were like us and you were always wanting to come to Nova Scotia and you are excited about our project, then you might want to follow along, because I think we're going to show kind of just Little Blue Sky and the process of
everything that we're doing. Yeah. So fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally forgot. Okay, we have to announce the winners of our hand giveaway.
Oh yes, we have winners.
So this month we decided we were going to do a really personal giveaway to be able to give to one of our YouTube subscribers who commented and kind of cheered us on our 1920s abandoned home tour video, because at that point we didn't know how old our house really was. And we read through all the comments and we had the kids choose, and it was really exciting. And so we thought we were actually going to give away not one but two of our movable mechanical I love you symbol hands that the four of us are going to sign before they get shipped off. And we said it was open to anyone in the world, didn't matter where you live. And we actually don't even know where the two winners live, because that's the one thing about YouTube is you just see a profile picture and a name and you don't actually know anything about the person. But we wanted to announce the winners of our hands. So if you are announced in this video, please get in touch with us. I'm going to leave my personal email, ElishaEnglish@hotmail. It's going to be in the description. Send me an email with your address and everything so that we can ship these out to you right away. We're excited to send these out. So the boys are going to, these are going to be all of our signatures. The boys are going to sign their own. Philip and I are going to sign them. We're going to ask you, if you want it on the hand or the palm or the back or whatever. We'll ask you before we sign them, depending on how you want it in your house. And we're going to send these off to you. So thank you guys for the support. That video of our initial Getting Here tour has over 120,000 views in just a couple of weeks, which is a really good growing video on our channel. And it's helped us grow a lot of subscribers, and this new journey that we're on. Our videos right now are our highest ranking videos that we've ever had on YouTube, and it's thanks to all of your support. So we love you guys. Thank you for all of the support and for cheering us on. And we are reading all the comments, and we Philip and I, every time we read them, we're just like, we are surrounded by so much positivity and just good vibes love and support.
Yeah, a lot of the comments are like, how do you guys get so much energy? How do you, I want just a little bit of your energy.
Bottle it up and send it to me.
We just read the comments and then we're like, woo, we're ready to go. You guys amp us up. And
if you're ever having a day where you just need some motivation or inspiration, just go read our comment section. We have the best YouTube family ever.
Yeah.
So the winners of our two hands are Soley.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, I don't know what your first name is. It just says Soley.
Yeah.
But I do see your face profile on there all the time. So thank you
we'll
for always commenting and supporting. Yeah. And the other winner is Shannon Hagan. Yeah. So thank you so much for commenting on the video and for following along and cheering us on. We love you with our love you hand, and we're going to send these off to you. So contact us so we can get a hold of you, because we have no way of contacting you other than to comment back on one of your comments. So
we hope you watch this video.
We hope you watch this. If you do know who they are, send them a message, tell them they won. So we're going to send those off this week, as soon as possible. So get in touch. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support on both of our properties. We are going to be working the rest of this week on getting the living room renovation here. We won't have the flooring yet, I don't think, because it's not coming in yet, but we're going to get everything else finished up in this room, finishing the fireplace project. I know there's some huge conversation over the fireplace. Am I going to paint it? Am I not going to paint it? Are we going to restore it? Getting expert advice, putting tile on, so many different... Philip's looking at him like, oh gosh, turn comments section off now. So many things, and building custom cabinetry. We have restoration to do in this room, big bay windows, light fixtures coming, you name it, this room's getting it. So follow along. If you're new to our channel, go back, watch some videos you've missed. If you are not new and you're already subscribed, share our videos with someone you would think will enjoy them. We are on the road to 200,000 subscribers in 2021.
Let's go.
So that's our goal for this year. So help us out, share our videos. I love you. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.